Okay, so as I mentioned in my last video, a lot of you have been having people pop up in your dreams, whether you remember your dreams or not. There's a lot of forgiveness work that is happening right now, and this needs to happen both on an individual level. A lot of you, I'm seeing this in my collective, need to forgive yourselves for your past. I just want to get this out of the way because this message keeps popping up to me. Forgive yourself for who you were in the past, for the decisions you had to make, and you've been looking at yourself from the perspective you're in now, looking back on yourself and almost condemning who you were when you're not realizing or putting yourself in the shoes that you were in back then, that the decisions that you had to make back then were between bad and worse. So you made a bad decision. You're making decisions now between like good and better. So when you look back, you're like, why did I make that decision? Because you were in a different circumstance. So you need to forgive yourself now so that you can move forward. A lot of you are creating blocks for yourself currently in your present reality because you're hanging on to this past person and like condemning yourself for things that you did when you were in a shitty situation. So to get that out of the way, there's a lot of people from your past popping up in your dreams, people who did you dirty, maybe during those periods in your life, and there is an element of forgiveness that is coming in where they need to ask forgiveness from you. I'm getting a lot of you have already forgiven these people in your own way. And if you haven't, this call to forgiveness is not for them. As always, forgiveness is for you, because forgiveness releases the karmic ties that you have to these people. So your energy is still attached to them if you're still upset about them, about something. So that's basically what I've had to learn throughout all of this, is that when they say forgiveness, it's for you. It's so you can get rid of their toxic ass energy in your life. It's like a fuck them, get them out so that you can move forward. So a lot of you, there's forgiveness for yourself that needs to come through. And if you resonate with being someone that needs to ask somebody else for forgiveness, then this is your sign. They will be popping up in your dreams. But for those of you who have been wronged and you are seeing people who have done you wrong in your dreams, it's because this is a heavy like comeback around period where Saturn's gone retrograde. They're getting heavy signs of you. A lot of them are experiencing blockages right now in their lives. It's just 222 on my timer. That can be a sign for some of you. They're experiencing blockages in their lives and they cannot move forward until they receive forgiveness from you. That part of this is they will either have to ask you directly, or it's like something that you've had to do with yourself, where I'm saying you need to forgive yourself for the past version of you. They need to face themselves in that way and forgive themselves for how they treated you. But in order to do that, they have to face what they did in the first place, and that's what these people are avoiding. That's the message that I have been getting in my dreams. That these people that are coming back around to you in dreams is because they've been reminded of you subconsciously in their life. And usually, at least from my experience, that if you're seeing them in your dreams, they're either dreaming about you as well, or they are thinking about you consistently, or like you're in the back of their mind, or they're seeing signs of you everywhere. And they're getting this reminder now that if they desire, with this 9 of Birds, that's confirmation that you have been heavily on their mind, that they have been anxious. And a lot of them are avoiding this. I got the image of someone who came to me with their life map. It was, and I don't know if life map is a specific term. It's just that this was how it was termed to me in the dream. And it was kind of an abstract picture of a lot of people. So this person actually showed me a lot of their life. I swear I get the weirdest dreams. People confess a lot to me in their dreams. So it's like, I always kind of have like a good background of what's going on, and people, like, I get life stories in dreams. And this person came to me and showed me a life map, which was like a picture with a lot of abstract images of other people on it. And it was their life map and experiences that they had. And it was interesting because someone that I'm acquainted with came to me in this dream and pointed to things on the life map that I was noticing as well. And it embarrassed this person so much. Interesting. Fighter and Phoenix, these both came out in my last reading, that this person ended up leaving. And it was a sign that this person doesn't want to face certain aspects of themselves. And this had something to do with, one of the pictures is between you and this other person. And then another one of the pictures had to do with karma that this person experienced for doing you wrong. that someone may have belittled something that you went through or used something that you went through against you. Like it was something particularly cruel that did not go unnoticed by the divine, and that they had, it wasn't to the severity that you went through, but it was enough to shake this person so that they understood only a fraction of what you went through, and it has given them like a specific fear of you. So that's part of the reason why this person hasn't come forward to apologize. But a bigger aspect of it, there was stuff written in the corner, which was this person's thoughts. And this person, it was the back and forth battle that they have in their head, where their subconscious is telling them what they did wrong, and then their ego is minimizing it. And this person came to me because they were unable to understand why their life was blocked and why they were unable to move forward. And their life map that they had with them, they showed it to me. And all on the life map was everything that they needed to know to move forward. Like the block was extremely clear. Their thoughts written out in the corner explained why they were experiencing these blocks, and the pictures explained, if they couldn't read, then you can look at the pictures and see what went wrong, and this person was just blatantly ignoring it. So this is a sign for some of you, wherever you land in this camp. Either self-forgiveness is needed, because this is a rebirth that is happening for everyone. This is like a collective thing that we're all experiencing. There is forgiveness that has to happen across the board. It's either forgiving yourself or asking forgiveness from another person. Excuse me, because we're all going through a rebirth, and this fighting energy is where a lot of us are in. We're either fighting with ourselves, looking back at the person we were in the past and disliking what we saw. It means either look at that from an with an air of compassion and saying, you know, that's who I used to be, and I made crappy decisions, but that person got me to who I am today, and the person I am today wouldn't do stuff like that. And there's a lot of you who are currently going through current experiences that you may have experienced back in those old timelines, so you can see how it comes full circle, that, oh, I'm experiencing similar themes and I'm responding differently. And you're supposed to experience these things right now so that you can forgive that past version of you. So you can see that that past version of you got you to the present version today who doesn't make those same mistakes. And until you forgive yourself, you're going to keep repeating these cycles. You're going to keep repeating that same cycle and keep asking yourself. This actually does tie into that last reading, feeling like you're alone on the raft. If you haven't seen that, you might want to go back and look at it. But you'll hit land when you forgive yourself. That's what's going to close out this cycle, is seeing that oh, this cycle's repeated and I've done something differently. And then forgive yourself for who you were then and say, look at how much I've grown now. And then this new person who has grown so much can then move forward accordingly once you realize that you're no longer that past person. And then for some of you, there is somebody that you did wrong that you do have the ability to communicate with still, that you could find them, you could reach out, and you're choosing not to, but it's because you have an inability to look at yourself. So this is the call to introspect. You have to stop fighting with yourself. There is this inner dialogue that you're having that you may be ignoring from scrolling or substance abuse or whatever it is that you use to distract yourself. You need to sit with yourself right now and get real and say, what did I do wrong and how do I make amends? Because that is how you're going to move forward in life. And then the rest of you, there is someone who is going to ask for your forgiveness. If not now, because this was also something in the dialogue in the picture, that it's this person in the corner wrote, this is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. So that's why they're afraid to forgive themselves, because they think it won't matter even if they do, because what they did to you was so glaring that it's going to live with them forever. So if some of you have been wondering if the person who wronged you even cares, the answer is yes, that your karma is just who you are. Like your life is your karma. That you know how, like if you have social anxiety and you do like, oh, like I did something wrong in line today at the grocery store and it like haunts you later on. Think of that, but if you on a magnified scale. Like that's what this person lives with when you do someone so dirty like that. This is kind of a convoluted message, but if it makes sense to you, this is your message. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can head to the link at the top of my page. It's in my Etsy shop. Thanks.